Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order for Thursday, November 13th. Roll call, please.
Here. Member Branty.
Here.
Member Cap. Member O'Brien.
Here.
Member Johnson.
Here.
Here. Member Sandega.
Here. We have two cases before us tonight. The way we conduct our meeting. We're going to ask the petitioner to come up to the podium. We'll have to state your name and address for the record. And you'll be sworn in as all testimony is taken under oath. We have to do our minutes from our last meeting first. Does anybody have any changes to our minutes from our last meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I have one, bottom of page 10. Member Bransky stated if the village board does not approve it, then this case won't reach that point of approval, so that it is approved here. So a nonsensical statement. Rare moment of stupidity, strike it from the record, please. It doesn't have any bearing on the case either, so. But it does really say that.
I remember that. Anybody else?
I have one on page 4. Middle of the page. Says Member O'Brien stated to staff that previously there was a change for salons and spas and stated there was a notice to the fire department about incoming tenants. I didn't state anything. I asked a question. If I knew it, I wouldn't have stated something. So I would say Member O'Brien asked staff about a change for salons and spas requiring a fire to the fire department, period. That's all I have.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, 5 rows up. It says added with a lot of thought and there was a push to get it done and not there. It should be now there. I don't have any of that.
Okay. Nobody else? All right, somebody's gonna make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
So
Member O'Brien. Member Bransky, second. Roll call, please.
Member Alfonso, member Bransky,
Yes.
member O'Brien,
yes.
member Johnson,
Yes.
member Castaneda,
Yes.
Chair Zuniga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody in the audience have anything they would like to bring up that is not on our agenda tonight? No, okay. So we will go with our first case, which is a special use permit for a salon at 18110 Martin Avenue. The applicant is Jaya Pittman for special use. This has been published in the Southdown edition of September 24th. And property owners with 104 property owners were notified. And we did not get any notice or any of the people got a letter.
No, we received no response to that letter.
Okay. Good evening. Would you like to state your name and address, please?
My name is Jaya Pittman, 6715 174th Street, Tinley Park, Illinois.
Okay, would you raise your right hand and swear the testimony you're going to give is going to be the truth? The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, based on the background information we've got, you would like to open a salon at 18110 Martin. And it would be Salon Suites.
Yes.
Would you like to go into detail exactly what you would like to do there?
Yes. First I want to say good evening and nice to meet all of you. My name is Jaya Pittman. I would like to say, I understand that these are unique circumstances, and I would like to acknowledge and apologize for my ignorance, as I've been in the industry for years, but this is my first salon experience, so I didn't know the proper steps to opening. I am a licensed private nail technician for over 7 years. I not only am a nail technician, but I also run and organize nonprofit events for the community. For example, I do business events for entrepreneurs, basically just giving them resources and different information to help them run their businesses. I also do nonprofit organizations for kids and families in the community, like toy drives and coat drives as well. And I also like to say that my business coming to Homewood is an asset in the making. House of Glam Salon Suites seeks a special approval to establish a multi-service beauty, wellness, and retail facility in Homewood. Our business model provides private professional salon suites for licensed beauty entrepreneurs specializing in hair, lashes, braids, aesthetics, and other personal care services. In addition to the salon, we will also include a boutique retail component offering hair extensions, professional skincare products, hair products, hot tools, and clothing. This unique combination of services and retail creates. Sorry, one second. This unique combination of services and retail creates a one-stop destination for residents, strengthens the local economic standards by supporting entrepreneurs and enhancing the vibrancy of Homewood's business community. Not only are we going to be supporting Homewood, but bringing clientele to the local businesses. My first point that I wanted to say was, my business plan correlates with the comprehensive plan because we are supporting entrepreneurship and small business development. We're utilizing the commercial space with an active and high demand service and retail use. And we're also enhancing the community's professional and retail offerings, encouraging residents to shop and invest locally. The public convenience, House of Glam Salon Suites addresses the growing demand for both beauty services and beauty-related retail. Our facility allows residents/clients to receive multiple services and shop for premium products and clothing all in one location, keeping convenience small, local, and consumer spending within the community. Then even after we're done servicing our clients, they're also able to go eat, drink, and even shop all within a 0 to 10 mile radiuses in the village of Homewood. I know that there was public health and health safety concerns. All of my residents are licensed professionals that have also been working in the industry for more than 5 years. Everybody has their own clientele and knows the legal laws for Illinois as far as licensing, insurance, and just the proper ventilation, sanitization, disinfecting, and safety measures that need to be enforced. The property that I'm at, 18110 Martin Ave, is perfect for a salon because, as we discussed in the last meeting, there's not very much that you can do. That's why I am requesting for a special use. I know before that there was once of a grocery store and stuff like that, but because of the building's actual structure, it's not able to do that. So I think that my salon suites would bring an amazing opportunity to the building and also to Homewood. House of Glam Salon Suites will also integrate seamlessly with the surrounding commercial area. Its upscale all-in-one service and retail component complements the neighborhood's business character, creating inclusivity, energy, rather than competition. By attracting consistent traffic, the business will enhance and not demolish the appeal and value of nearby properties. Not only do we bring cash value, we bring resources. We sponsor nonprofit events to the community and back to school as well. And we would love to bring these events to Homewood as well as join the other events that Homewood has to offer. Just like how there was the Fall Homewood Fest, I would love to have a booth there, just so we can show the other people in the community what we offer, what we have, and any retail products that we could sell, as well. Another main concern was traffic and parking. Our customer flow will be primarily appointment-based, limiting congestion. Retail customers will often overlap with existing clients, ensuring steady but manageable traffic. Their property already has all utilities that are needed, like draining, access, and parking to support this use. No natural resources or historical or cultural resources will be affected with my salon. We also have up to 30 open slots in a private parking area, as well as 2 surrounding public parking lots, 3 closed blocks of parking, all for our use. Our business hours are normally 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, but by appointment only. Most appointments can range from 45 minutes to an hour to 1 to 3 hours, or for even extended hair appointments, they could range 4 to 8, depending on the service. We are not 24 hours, as salon suites are usually, how that is. All my tenants already have signed a lease where they are okay with the 10 to 10 normal hours. The hours do vary from each tenant though. But it is 10 to 10 on a daily. I think that my salon suites would again offer local convenience to residents as well as retails and services in one location. It helps the economic growth in Homewood by increasing foot traffic to nearby businesses as well as the retail component. We offer retail tax on that as well because that would be something that individual businesses would be applying to. It not only just helps economically, but the community value, as we find it very important to be inclusive with everybody. The events that we bring to Homewood, I'm very excited to do. I think that it would help with the kids, not only with the schools around, we have a lot of resources and people that we know as well that I would love to put all together. I have a list of all of our services as well. We do from makeup, from full basic editorial looks to classes to teach you how to learn how to do your own makeup or do makeup on others. Aesthetics, we offer eyebrow waxes, eyebrow arch, tint, underarm waxes, leg waxes, facials, and even custom facials. We also offer nails, eyelash extensions, and hair services from A to Z. But as I also would like to say that we also stand out from other salons in Homewood because my business is only 20% hair. A lot of the salons in hair salons in Homewood are all hair, as we offer everything in one spot. So it's a little bit different than other salons. I also attached a map of the parking lot areas. The 2 public parking lots are our main private lot, and then we also have additional street parking. And I also made a list of just the other salons in the area, what they service, what their hours are, and the address as well, just so you can have a look of what's around my salon.
Oh, you're done.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought you were waiting for-
Sorry. Thank you.
I've got a couple of questions before I open it up to the board. You're proposing 7 salon suites
Yes,
and you will have a first floor and a second basement,
yes,
lower level. So you'll have 5 of these salon suites in the lower level
yes,
and 2 of them on the main floor.
yes. We also have a break room on the main floor. That's all. That's
I see there's 2 bathrooms planned.
Yes.
How do you get from the lower level to the first floor? It says stairs.
Yes, there is stairs. For any of our handicapped clients or all of our suites downstairs are able to be moved upstairs. We have room in the break room. that we made acceptable, just so it's just like a daily booth in case anybody needs their hair done or, any other service that's downstairs can all be moved upstairs. There is already a handicap wheelchair, accessible entrance to the salon. So that's how we would take care of anybody that needs to be going downstairs if they couldn't.
Is there one set of stairs to get out from the lower level?
Yes.
Is it normally required we have two sets of stairs?
Oh, it is too.
Yeah,
I bel-
you have to.
I believe there's an emergency stairwell that's not included on that floor plan that you submitted, but I
Yeah.
believe Grace, when we did the rezoning last week, mentioned this, and I know that there is a second emergency egress. Yeah,
Oh,
it is where the, on the floor plan, I believe there's a door on the lower level, on the left side there.
Yes.
That's for emergency egress through the rest of the building.
yes.
Okay, so on the lower level where it says door. That's actually a stairwell.
Yes, so there's a stairwell right here, and then there's a door here on that lower level. That door exits, I believe, into that common stairwell that's with the rest of the building that can go between the first and lower levels as well.
Yes.
Okay. So
Oh,
there's a
yes,
common
that's
stairwell.
next to like the apartment side. Sorry, yeah, I think I'm
Downstairs
scared.
for all the
Yeah.
Mhm.
lower layers.
I'll open it up to the board. Member Alfonso, do you have any questions or comments?
So have you already done the build out?
So we started, we didn't completely finish. Downstairs is complete. That's the only part that needed to be built out. It's just the walls to the connecting suites.
Is there plumbing downstairs?
No, all plumbing is upstairs.
So are you currently in operation?
No. That's why I apologize. I think there was a miscommunication. This is my first time doing this. So once I was aware that we weren't allowed to work anymore, I had stopped.
So you were before? With
Temporary.
sign on your building?
That was a whole nother thing as well. Once I understood that the project was stopped, I had stopped.
Um, And where are you in business right now, or were you in business before?
In Crestwood, at another salon suites.
You were leasing,
Yes,
and then you'll be subleasing to these salon, or the entrepreneurs.
yeah. So everybody's independent contractors. Yep. So I would be in one suite and then the rest would be rented out to other people.
You'll be collecting money or how will that?
Yes,
You collect rent from them,
yes,
so you're managing.
yes.
Business there. Okay, could you expand a little bit on, the things you were talking about doing with the community? The, like the youth and,
Yes.
some programs or what,
So
I've
already did 2 entrepreneur events. So it's basically just a networking event for entrepreneurs or people aspiring to be an entrepreneur. Even if the beauty industry, really any industry that you wanted to. It basically just helps people get their ideas together, give them resources to different people. For example, I am a nail tech, but I had reached out to Alonzo, that's my my realtor, and we actually just did an event at his location. And it was basically just bringing entrepreneurs together. We talked about different ways to build your business, ways to start it out. I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years, so I do have experience. But I know that it's not easy to build experience from this. There's a lot of rights and wrongs that I did, and I'm learning as I go. So if I'm able to teach somebody else how to make it right the first time, I would love to do that. As well as toy drives, coat drives for the winter. I'm actually planning a Christmas/coat drive right now. That I would love to bring to Homewood if I had the opportunity to. And it's just basically just helping the kids that are in need or.
and what kids are those? And where would you be?
Oh,
providing?
my aunt works at Homewood Flossmoor. So I have a connection with them, and then as well as Country Club Hills, Markham, just the surrounding schools, stuff like that. Families around.
Okay, well, you sound like put a lot of thought into this. I mean, so
Yes.
trying to bring something nice to the town, so. I think that's all I have right now.
Thank you.
Member Bransky.
Nice job on putting together the extra material.
Thank you.
I really don't have any questions. I think everything that staff put together is pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm noting though the difference in the recommended approval. So you're putting your hours at 10 to 10. Staff had 9 AM to 10 PM. As a recommendation.
Yes,
So I guess we just need to specify what we're gonna roll with, before a motion is made, and then. That's good to see, because. The earlier materials had, this has the 24-hour access, which I think would be a no-go for many of us. My question related to that is, you're still gonna plan on doing the digital key access?
no, so that's only for the individual salon suites for the individual key access. Our front doors have key access.
Okay, so you're gonna control the 10 to 10.
Yes,
With that key, and then, once they're in, then they will be able to control their access to their suite
yes.
with the digital key. Okay, yeah, I don't have any more questions at this point.
Mr. Bill.
Oh. I didn't hear it. Good evening.
Good evening.
I do have a few questions. You're not gonna be operating 24 hours.
No,
And
so, oh, I'm sorry, not to cut
go
you off.
ahead.
I know that was concerned at the last meeting, so I paid attention to that. That's why I changed the hours. At first, when I first applied, it was 24 hours. But then I had went in and I had changed it because the surrounding salons are normally 9 to 9 or 10 to 10, and so are the other businesses around us. So we were kind of just going based off that, and then I also know that the 24 hours was a concern, so I'm definitely flexible with my hours. And I also talked to my potential tenants. They're also okay with cutting the hours to whatever the salon allows. And that's just something that they're agreed to in their lease, because they are independent contractors, but they can have stipulations to their leases.
Okay. In your presentation, you indicated that some services may be 4 to 8 hours.
Yes, but,
Okay,
sorry,
my question with that is, if you have a closing time at 10 o'clock, those people are being scheduled to start at either 2 or
yes,
6.
yes.
Okay,
And 9 times out of 10, the 4 to 8 hours would mostly be braids, and that's a service that started early in the morning because
in
they
other
know
words,
that-
all services will end at 10 o'clock.
yes,
Okay. How many employees do you have?
7. Well, actually, there's 0 employees. It would be 7 independent contractors.
No employees.
I'm the sole proprietor.
Well, you can be a sole proprietor, but you may need help in maintenance, cleaning up, doing something, ordering supplies, whatever it may be. My
Yeah,
question is a general question. How many employees will you have?
0.
None.
Yes.
Okay. We have in our materials, a description. 2,000 square feet, approximately 2,000 square feet. How large? How much leasable space are you taking? First floor, second floor? I mean, first floor, lower level.
I don't know exactly square footage. I can definitely get you an approximate number. I would think majority of downstairs is rented, and then partly upstairs, because we do have a waiting room, a break room, and then the 2 bathrooms, and then the hallways of that, so it's only 2 rooms being occupied upstairs. I'm not sure, I can give like a range from like 150,000, I don't know, 1,500,000, or 1,500 square feet. Would be used, but I don't know that off the top of my head, I'm sorry.
Okay, in your answer to the special uses, you indicated that the property is well suited for salon suites due to its square footage and layout. But you're not familiar with how many square feet you have.
On page 34 of the packet, there's suites with,
The suites that are listed in the drawing is an estimate, I would presume. And that was gonna be my next question, of the various suites,
Mhm.
wall to wall of the suites, not of the space, not of the floor.
So I would say like 1,700 is being used.
Okay. The ground floor. Suite information that we received comes up to 816 square feet. The lower level is 845 square feet, total of 1,661. Both floors are a little bit more, but much less than 2,000. The lower level used to have one service or treatment room, a classroom of about 20, a small kitchenette, storage. But the most important thing was on the north wall, which was a steel door for egress, which went into an aisle that came out through the residential exit on the west side. And that's necessary for proper ingress and egress for safety, fire safety. I asked the staff last meeting with regards to a fire alarm. And you were not aware of that? Right? I mean, that was in the minutes. I asked a question with regards to, and that was the minutes that were corrected there. If you were familiar with the fire alarm requirement by the fire department for salons, that was put in, I think I said recently, probably incorrectly at the last meeting, probably within the last 3 to 4 years.
Specifically for salons.
Yeah. And maybe for all, I had a conversation with the fire department and I did neglect to ask if that was for every tenant or just salons. This is a picture of 18116. It is of a salon. It is strictly hair. This red device is part of a fire alarm system. It's a Honeywell system. And that is a requirement by the fire department. There are two, I'm having problems with my color printer, so I highlighted it. And this is 18112. So these two salons had this device on the exterior wall, which is required by the fire department. This particular salon, as yet, does not. So it could not be occupied, should not be occupied.
It's not, yeah.
Okay. Which leads me to the other question.
They wouldn't get an occupancy.
I'm sorry,
They wouldn't get an occupancy.
they wouldn't get an
without
occupancy.
it.
That is correct.
Correct.
They would not. Which leads me to my other question. You were operating for a while. You indicated in your presentation you're not now, but you were.
It was by mistake, yes.
Okay. The obvious question to me is, why would you do that?
I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to. I was going off of what I had already known from my resources, like my landlord and my realtor. I didn't know that there was a problem before that. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. And I'm definitely learning from my mistakes. I've definitely been trying to do my research. I've been trying to fix the mistakes that I have made in the past. And I do understand, yes, it was a misunderstanding. Once I understood what needed to be done and what needed to happen, we relocated. We have been temporarily working in the space until we do get approved hearing, and go through the steps to officially open again. But it was genuinely just the ignorance. It was on my part. I should have did more research and not have went off of just the words of other people that I know. This is my first time doing this, so it is a trial and error, unfortunately.
Okay. The description that I described of the lower level from the previous tenant, Inside Awareness, did not include any of the operation of a salon, not just your salon, but any salon. Is there any requirement by the building department, the fire department, with regards to ventilation for any of the
Services.
scents that may emit from that into the building? It was one of the complaints of a previous salon at the south end of the building, that what they were doing, wafted into the
Mhm.
second and third floors. And it generated some complaints, so it's a logical question as to what you're gonna be doing on the second floor and what ventilation is taking place, because there's been a problem in that building with regards to complaints of venting already.
We do also have air purifiers in the first floor. The only services are esthetician, like aesthetics. So that's what needs to be mainly ventilated. Downstairs is all hair and eyelashes, which typically, normally, I don't know how homeless rules are. I normally don't need, exceeded ventilation. It's just like any other regular salon suite that you could be in. It could, because I was even working into a business like office, a business office actually, down Dixie across the street from Speedway. I think it had recently just like closed down, but I was working in there before, and there's eyelashes and hairstylists in there that didn't need proper ventilation, compared to if I had a whole nail salon, I could understand, the smell from that probably would affect, but at the rate that we're going, it's one person per service. It's not exceeding, and we also have air purifiers in rooms and on the outside, as well as window.
Okay. In your business plan, you indicate that the salons will be 10 by 10 or 9 by 8.
That business plan is before I had even seen a building first. That was just off of me looking around, wanting to show people a proposal. So everything in that business plan isn't accurate to today. And I'm very flexible with my business plan as well, so there is probably things that have changed. That's from in there.
Okay. I'm gonna have one last question right now, and that is the size of the suites vary, from 98 square feet to 180 square feet. So there's not a uniform size. Is that for a reason? Is that for the type of service you have planned
Yeah.
for individual suites?
It was more so just for a variety of different people. Some people want a smaller space, some people like bigger spaces, some people want to decorate it, put a couch in. I can't really defer what people do inside their individual suite. It was more so just for options. If people did come look, they can see different size, what they want, different price ranges, whatever works for them. My goal was to make a safe and professional place for people to work in. I have been a nail tech for 7 years. I've had probably 10 different horrible salon experiences, and that's why my goal was to open my own salon to bring a stable and professional work environment to people.
I didn't mean to lead the witness. A last question. There has been a sign on the exterior of the building for about 3 months.
Yes,
And you are operating. Why did you allow that sign to go up if you were not approved?
When the sign had went up, it was before, I thought the signage was allowed. One, when I had did it at first, that was also before I even knew that I wasn't accepted. So it was kind of just left there in case if it needs to be taken down, moved, removed, changed. I'm very flexible and open to that. It would just stayed up because it was, why would I take it down right now, but it's still like in the air? But other than that, it was just a mistake, honestly, which I apologize for again.
I have a question for staff. Have there been any citations issued because of the sign which is put up without a permit?
It's
And
been on hold to determine.
I'm sorry?
But it's been put on hold to determine, waiting for the decision from the planning and zoning commission on whether or not it's going to be approved. So a citation has not been written.
It would only be written in the
After.
event.
It would be written
Right.
afterwards,
after, if the,
If
if
you
the
don't- right.
special use is denied, then the citations will be written. It's on hold right now because she's following the proper process and apply and stop working.
But the sign went up without a permit.
Was it supposed to go before the appearance commission?
No. Well, unless it doesn't,
Well, this is is this the temporary sign?
it's temporary sign,
Yeah,
right?
it was a temporary sign. It's just a banner,
It's a temporary sign.
yeah.
Yeah, but how big is that banner? That banner is quite large.
It is the biggest banner I could get, just because I knew that I had the whole window, from side to side. So I do understand, but like I said, I'm very flexible, I can change it, whatever I need to do, I'm willing to abide by. Like I said, it was just ignorance on my part, so I do apologize.
I'm sorry, Bill, go ahead. You
I'm sorry?
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's about all right. I'll pass, that's all I have at this point.
Okay, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, I want to compliment you. I'm very impressed with what you did
Thank
here.
you.
It looks like you put a lot into this. You didn't come just to open up a business.
Yeah,
You
no, this
came
is a
with-
passion.
Right, exactly.
Love this.
You
I
even
love
have,
it.
you even have long-term plans for 3 to 5 years. I'm very impressed with that. And I think yours is probably the first hair salon that we've had come through with this amount of detail and thought given to what,
Thank you.
what actually, we haven't had any other businesses that come through with such a, you know, a strong outlook of what they plan to do in the future. Just to circle back to what member O'Brien asked about, and this is directed to staff. The ventilation issue, and the fire department with the photo, which should be a part of the record. Have you had any conversations with them about this? I mean, they're not gonna approve. You're not gonna be able to go into the building, occupy the building without the fire department.
They have to get the fire alarm over the fire if that is a requirement.
Yeah,
of
right.
theirs. Before any business can open, the fire department has to do an inspection and approve it for occupancy. The ventilation question, I don't have an answer for. I'm not sure if there are special requirements for salons or not, or if there's special requirements if you're residential above you. That's a code that I don't know. Yeah, the fire department. But the fire department will inspect it and make sure that they comply with all.
Yeah, and I say that for the audience and purposes. I know you understand it. And the other part was, as far as the ventilation is concerned, I think, in part, if there are tenants who are complaining or have complained in the past about the ventilation, you know, they certainly, you know, could have appeared tonight, or we haven't had any complaints. The staff hasn't received any complaints from any of the tenants in the
No,
building about.
no, we did not receive any, no one gave in notice from a mailing, that we didn't receive any comments or on this case in particular from a resident. We haven't heard anything separately either at this time.
But what about there are other hair salons in that building, right? So
I'm not aware.
these complaints, or I've not heard anything.
In the past, there's been
Yeah.
complaints from the salon that was on the south end.
A salon complaining about ventilation.
No, the tenants.
The tenants, right.
Tenants,
Oh,
the
okay, yeah,
residential.
right, I was about to say, yeah, okay, yeah. Right, but we, for our records and for this purpose, we don't have that, but. The last question you said, and I think it's in your presentation, you're only about 24% of your business is hair,
Yes.
right, exactly.
At the moment, we only have, well, potentially we have one hairstylist to two. And they both service different types of service, so everything that, each tenant does something different. So that way you can skip and go to a different chair for a different thing. But no, our main focus is bringing the diversity into one place so you can get multiple service because there is so many different hair salons in Homewood, which I'd also like to point out that majority of the salons in Homewood service other races than African American. And as African American, our hair a little bit different. Even our stylists are a little bit different. We don't, you can't just do our natural hair. Like you can't walk into a salon and ask for your natural hair to be done the same way that you could if you walked into ours. Which I think that brings something to the community, so everybody's included, because we can service anybody, any hair type, any want that you need, any beauty service that you need, especially with the retail as hair care, as after you walk out the chair, what are you doing to when you get home? What are you washing your hair with? What are you washing your face with? Even eyelashes, the shampoo that you use your eyelashes. We're offering all of that in one place. So it definitely does stand out from the other salons. And that's why I kind of gave a little bit of a list of the salons like in the radius of us, to show how we do stand out differently.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
I wish you the best, good luck.
Thank you.
Hi.
Okay.
I also want to really compliment you, clearly put a ton of thought into not only this presentation, where we often have a lot of nuts and bolts questions, but I could tell that you heard what a lot of our concerns were from the last meeting, and you took time to kind of anticipate what our questions and concerns might be, and baked it into what you talked about tonight, so I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I do have the same concerns with this proposal as I did with the last one that have nothing to do with the organization or structure of your business. My chief concern is the concentration of this class of business, like salon style business within the downtown footprint. And this business would be a bigger footprint than the last one besides. So that's only my chief concern, is the location of where it is. But I mean, yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with the very well thought out, organized nature of your proposal.
Thank you.
So, but I don't have any other questions.
Okay. I have a couple for you. Now, you said you had a location prior to this location.
So it wasn't mine. I ran out from somebody else. So basically, if what I'm doing to other people, they're doing to me. So I rented out in Crestwood. I have a suite, and then I just do nails in there, and I paid her the blueprint for that.
Okay, so you rented out a suite from somebody else.
Yes.
Okay. Have you done any, excuse me, remodeling at all yet?
As far as paint, stuff like that, downstairs was already constructed to the rooms I needed. So me personally, no. Everything else, I was walking turn.
So all you've done is painting, no actual construction of any sort?
No.
My other question is, how long ago did you know you had to get a permit to operate over there?
Probably the last 3 months. As soon as I found out that we weren't gonna do, we could kind of put everything on hold.
Okay, my question is, if you knew you had to get a permit to operate,
Hmm.
why would you go and lease the space, not knowing whether or not you're gonna get that permit?
I had found potential tenants, nobody signed, leased or anything. Everything is still up in the air. I did find people just in case it was a yes, we can move forward immediately, just so we're not losing any income anymore. But all the people that I know that were looking to come into my salon suites, I've known them for years. They all work around me and with me. So it's kind of just been like a by notice thing.
So do you have an actual lease signed for that space?
For like my name on the lease for that space, yes, but for my tenants, no.
Okay, my question is, why would you sign your name to a lease? Knowing you have to get permission
She
to
didn't.
operate them first.
She didn't know.
That's why I had apologized at first. This is my first
Yeah.
time renting out of space, with my name on it. Every other time was me renting out of space as like renting a suite in a salon. I didn't know the proper steps to go through a village. I didn't know I even had to do
Did
these
you rent
steps.
this on your own or through a broker or what?
I had a recommendation through my realtor, and then I had gotten put in contact with Grace, and I think that me and Grace both are going off of each other. And like I said, that was my ignorance because I could have did double research on what needed to happen and what the proper steps were. I kind of was just going by ear and by word of mouth, which that's why I apologize, because I definitely didn't know this process. Now that I do, 100%, I know my lesson next time. But it definitely was just ignorance and moving kind of too fast, 100%.
I'm surprised whoever you rented the space from didn't let you know in advance
Right.
that you need to get permission to operate. So don't sign a lease until you get that permission,
Right, that's the lesson I definitely learned from this experience, for sure.
because now you're on the hook for it.
Right.
Mr. Chair, I think we, at our last meeting, we had, the Realtor who was here, did speak to. There was some sort of mix up with understanding.
You were the
Oh,
gentleman that was
but,
here last meeting. Did you work with this potential tenant? Did you inform her?
No, I didn't.
But you knew she needed to have a permit to operate the business. And you let her know that in advance.
It's something that me, myself, I think like I took the last meeting, I took full responsibility because out of the special commercial, definitely come down, I think, my mistake, and I think Grace speaking as well, is that once I introduced this, two them together, so I've been introduced to Jennifer's, the Southland President, she's a client of theirs, and I'm also a client of theirs. So, I would, actually to mentor her, right, to help her to find space, business plans, things of that nature. So we found space, we met Grace, and I pretty much put them together, and I just let it go, right? So it was more of a mentorship than a client.
Yeah,
base,
for sure.
Right, so then that grew, right, and we actually grew through our relationship, and we actually grew the relationship as well. And there was miscommunication on both parts, one side saying, hey, go ahead, the village is okay with it. So then I took it on, when I'm hearing the conversation, they were saying, okay, Grace said it's okay, you already got a relationship, it's okay. So on my side, I always took a word, which that's not professional, because the way I go, I be myself. I even saying to her to come down here and be myself, I usually come down myself and say, hey, this is what the person was doing in your community, is this valid? And I didn't do that, right? So that's on my end, that's a mistake I made, I apologize for the time. Over any violation that come across from this, I'll take responsibility because I will now do you guys take money for her, because that's something as a professional I should have done.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, another question. Your name's gonna be on the lease
Yes,
and you're gonna rent out these other spaces to other tenants.
yes.
Will they know the rules as far as hours are
Yes.
concerned?
Yes, So so because they are independent contractors, like I had said earlier, I can edit their leases to abide by the rules of my establishment. So as far as from 10 to 10, the hours of service, the parking lot issues, stuff like that can be detailed in the lease. So they do all have individual leases that they're signing. There's 6 months to 1 year options for leases, and then they also can be renewed throughout the process of however long they would like to stay.
Okay, because from the information we have from our staff, they're recommending hours of operation from 9 AM to 10 PM.
Yes. I think I had put 10 to 10 on the,
Yeah, I believe you've got that in your information also.
Yeah.
But whoever rents
from me.
the spaces,
Mhm.
they will also know that
Yes,
come 10 o'clock, they gotta be done.
100%. Yes, that is a statement in the lease that they would be signing.
Because originally you were gonna have 24-hour key access.
Yes, that was when I had first originally had made my salon comp like plan. That's just how every average salon works for salon suites. But that's kind of on a bigger scale. Like if you know Essence Salon Suites, they allow 24 hours. That's kind of the scale of what I was going off of. Now that I understand the type of building I'm in, the city I'm in, everything like that, 100%, we're changing it to 10 or 10 to 10 or 9 to 10.
Okay.
And especially with the people at the top of us, we are very respectful. Everybody has been doing this for a long time. We know how to keep professionalism. I also just don't want to be a bother to the other people, so.
Okay, and let's assume you get approval to operate before you do any construction or remodeling, you're gonna go talk to the building inspector and get a permit. right?
Yes, and the fire department,
And the fire.
yes. I'm working with them now, so
Okay.
I definitely know what steps to take.
You'll get 3 of them.
Yeah.
Just in duplicate
Mm.
and triplicate, just, yeah.
Mm. Because they, once you explain to them and show them your plans, they will explain to you what has to be done,
Okay,
okay? And you might even have to hire an architect to draw the plans up for them.
okay.
It's up to them. Oh, another question I have. If I were to get my hair cut there. Okay, and I want to use whoever's operating out of Salon Suite 3 in the lower level.
Yes.
If I'm in a wheelchair,
Mhm.
how do I get down there and how do I get back up?
So instead of going down, we would bring everything up. So everything downstairs is able to be moved upstairs, service wise. There is already a space in the break room that is free enough to service somebody. If you were getting your hair cut, your service would just be moved into the break room to accommodate you.
Okay. And if I were coloring or something like that, that could also be done
Upstairs, yes,
on first floor,
yes.
main floor, okay.
All of our plumbing, like our hair dryers and hair washing stations, are all upstairs as well.
I think that's all the questions I have for now. Anybody
Chairman,
else have any?
I have a question for
Yeah.
staff.
Mm.
In the recommended approval, item 1 speaks to the application for the zoning map amendment, which did pass and is now taken care of, so we strike number 1 from the
Yeah.
recommended
You can
approval.
do that now.
Mhm.
And then, while we're looking at that. Hours of operation. We have 9 to 10 in there, applicant has 10 to 10. So can we kind of land on something, so whoever's gonna make that recommendation can get it accurate?
That's
Well, I would offer that since you do have residential neighbors upstairs, you might want to consider sticking with your 10 to 10.
okay.
You have to live with that as a business, is that gonna work for you? Apparently, you thought it did, because that's what you proposed. I would be in favor of sticking with that, just strictly because of the residential being above you.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very flexible with everything.
You wanna be a good neighbor, you don't want complaints coming out
Yes.
towards you.
Yeah, and no, and the average, all of our services usually do start at 10 anyway.
Okay.
I could say, yeah,
Hopefully 1 hour of opening wouldn't make or break you.
for sure.
And then I've just got a comment. Based on that note from, note number 1 in the approval that we're gonna strike. To kind of coattail on member Castaneda's comment about the concern of oversaturation. Personally, I'm of the opinion that, yeah, we do have an oversaturation of this type of business in downtown Homewood, but if you frame this. As to the zoning code changes that we made. About the B1 versus B2. What we're doing here, should this be approved, accomplishes exactly what we planned. Moving salons out of B1 into the B2 away from the downtown core. That's what the applicant is asking to do. So approval of that is in step with the plan that we approved. So, regardless of your concern about oversaturation of one type of business or not, you know, that's a valid point, but, I just wanted to kind of point out that, this is in lockstep with exactly what we planned, so
Thank you.
food for thought.
Anybody else have any other questions or comments? Anybody in the audience? No? Okay. All right, so nobody else has any other questions or comments? Are we ready to make a motion?
Chairman, I'll make that motion. Recommend approval of case 25-36, a request for special use permit. To allow the operation of a salon and spa establishment in B2 downtown transition zone. Zoning district at 18110 Martin Avenue, subject to the following conditions. Item 1 being stricken from the recommendation as is no longer applicable. Item number 2 being amended, hours of operation for appointment traffic should be limited to 10 AM to 10 PM. And incorporate the findings of fact into the record, of which there are 8 noted in the material.
We have a motion by member Bransky. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by member O'Brien. Roll call, please.
Member Alfonso,
Yes.
member Bransky,
Yes,
member O'Brien,
No,
member Johnson,
Yes,
member Castaneda,
Based on member Bransky's comments, I did take it as food for thought. I'm going to say yes.
Chair Sutherland.
No.
It's 4 votes.
That's positive.
Thank you.
good luck.
Good luck. The next case is case number 2542, a special use permit for an indoor commercial place of assembly at 18065 Harwood Avenue. So, and I happen to own that property, so I'm gonna have to step down. And Mr. Bransky is going to become the chairman.
please do that for me.
Do you want,
Or we need me to move to the time.
It's up to you.
I'll grab the apple.
Remember,
just in case you have to.
the former chair has to step down.
Yes.
You do the old switcheroo.
So, you wanna get up there? Get the gal?
Doesn't matter.
I like looking down at the former chair.
Have laptop, we'll travel.
All right.
You don't have to.
That's if I can get up.
Roll him down.
You may have to come and help me out of that.
Scroll down. Roll both.
Take your time.
Sure.
So we have to officially tag in and tag out. There you go. Okay, it works.
There you go. You got your gal.
I'm not afraid to use it. All right. Get the case from here. Okay, welcome to part two. Got case 2542, special use permit, indoor commercial place of assembly at 18065 Harwood Avenue. Applicant Philip Glapion, did I say that right?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Requesting special use permit at said address. Subject property currently is B1 downtown core, which the use is currently vacant, but has a salon and multifamily residential above the ground floor. Legal notice was published in the Daily Southtown on October 30th, 2025. Notice letters were sent to property owners and residents within 250 feet of the subject property. Were there any responses to either the ad or the letters?
No, there were no responses to either.
All right. And the background is that the applicant has proposed the operation of a 5,000 square foot fitness center in the currently vacant commercial space located at said address. Fitness center is classified as an indoor commercial place of assembly in the zoning ordinance, which requires a special use permit in the B1 downtown core zoning district. And the applicant is the prospective buyer of the property. And the commercial space was previously occupied by Susie's Hallmark Shop. I'll ask for your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Philip Glapion. Address is 2712 Amelia Court, Flossmoor.
And if you could raise your right hand, if you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. All right, well, why don't you tell us in your own words what your game plan is?
As stated, I'm interested in buying a property, so I'm trying to make a significant investment in the community. In doing so, I'm also looking to open up a fitness center in the property. So the space is 5,000 square feet. With its location, its prominent location, I think it's ideal for what we're trying to do. It's located across the street from the Homewood Transportation Center. Property has its own parking lot, and it's conveniently located to public parking right in the neighborhood. It's adequate space. My background, I've owned and operated other fitness centers and martial arts schools and stuff before, so I have a history of doing that in the Chicagoland area. I've got about 50 years experience in martial arts industry. I began training when I was about 12 years old. I started my formal training at age 15 under the guy named Ed Parker, which probably none of you guys probably know who he is. But Ed Parker was the guy that introduced Bruce Lee to the world. After a couple of years with that, I began training with another guy in Arizona named Augustine Fallon. He trained under Yip Man. Yip Man was the guy that taught Bruce Lee martial arts. So I've been, like I said, been doing it for quite a while. Had several schools in Chicago area. Trained a lot of the police officers, was asked to teach at the Chicago Police Academy, which I turned down because I had my own business going. Got extensive background in that industry there. So now with this property here, I'm looking to start my own brand. Relaunch, do something with my daughter. She's a fitness trainer, online fitness trainer. So we'll try to bring it all in-house and brick and mortar location. And there's nothing in the Homewood area. Everything is outside the Homewood area as far as fitness is a full-time fitness center. So it would also have, besides the gym facility, this studio to teach like fitness, martial arts, hopefully yoga and mobility classes for seniors and stuff like that. So the downstairs portion of the facility is also the same size as the upstairs portion, but it's being currently used for storage, so. We're proposing to build it out, make locker rooms and showers and bathrooms down there. To accommodate all the customers, so.
Anything else?
But I'm ready for whatever you guys wanna ask. me.
All right, we'll get there. So I guess we'll just open it up. I'll save my questions for last. Member Castaneda, you want to start off?
Yeah, I'll start off. I'm trying to visualize the size. What was the size of the old 24-hour fitness where Homewood Vet is now? Sorry, not
It
to,
was, yeah, that's, I think it's about half the size, it's probably about 2,500, so it's much smaller space.
oh, really? So wait, this space would be twice the size of the old 24-hour
I think
fitness?
so, I'm not sure, honestly, I have to look. That 24.
You say 24, what,
That's
where?
Maybe I'm misremembering the name of
It's
it, the
the,
183rd and Dixie where the
Oh,
fence
right,
almost
right,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's- yeah.
From having been in there, I'm gonna say it's much smaller
Yeah,
than this proposed.
There's a fitness center in Liberty Fields that's about the same size as this
Is that the
location.
one with the big pool?
CFX, no, it doesn't.
Oh, CFX, okay.
HF Racquetball Club, the fitness center portion is about the same size as what he's proposing.
Okay, okay. All right, I apologize if you put that in here, put it in here and I didn't see, or I missed it, but, so full on fitness center, yes, right? And you're gonna be, and you're proposing classes. So do you imagine it being like a traditional fitness center where you scan in and you do your machines and you lift your weights and you take a shower and everything?
Yes.
Until I go to the gym all the time.
Right. The rear section of the facility, we're gonna, is partially walled off now. We're gonna complete the separation of it. So the back part can be used as a studio,
Mhm.
separate from the gym facility. So there are stairs that lead downstairs. There's another set of stairs on the back end of the building, that also go up and downstairs. So there's about three different entrances and exits, at this location, so. Yeah, but the front portion of it, say about 4,000 feet of the first floor would be for fitness, gym equipment.
Okay. The reason I asked is because I feel like we have a fairly good concentration of like personal training studios
Right.
that are very small, but I just wanted, so this is more like a going to the gym.
That's
kind of.
correct, yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. I think that's the only question I have for right now. Out of curiosity, what types of martial arts would be offered?
What will be offered there?
Yeah,
So through my connections and doing it a long time, I'm probably bringing in a bunch of different variety of martial arts. I've got buddies that teach jujitsu, some that teach what I teach, Wing Chun, some karate guys. It'll be a mixture. That's why the studio will be offering classes at a variety of times and stuff. So the constant usage throughout the day.
I thought it was 5 AM to 10 PM. Oh,
5 to 6 AM
5
is
to
what
6.
we're seeking. That right.
All right, thank you. That's it. That's all I have for right now.
I
I'm
just wanna
sorry,
go back
go
and
ahead.
count the square footage of that.
Oh,
It's 4,400.
oh, well, there you go.
So there you go.
There you go. All right.
Member Johnson?
Yeah, I just have a couple questions. In the use standards and there's a reference, it says the building has been or is currently occupied by a number of high volume commercial uses, including a large retail store and a salon, with up to 31 employees. I take it that's past, right? That's not. Right. Is there any, the building itself right now is unoccupied?
No, the salon is still there.
The salon's still there?
The salon has its own entrance and,
The salon will remain there.
right, it's a
Okay.
3,000 square foot salon
Okay.
on the south end of the building.
it has its own separate lease from
Yes.
what you're, okay, all right, okay. And can you tell us a little bit about or tell me a little bit about the build out? You were just speaking to it in general, but, for example, bathroom facilities, shower, and that kind of,
First, we're gonna have to get building permits department to get everything.
Right,
you
But-
know, But the idea is, since the downstairs is vacant, it's been used for storage for the Hallmark store.
Right.
That's where we're gonna put the build out for the bathrooms and locker rooms and showers. There's also a bathroom on the first floor, which will make ADA accessible so that anybody wants to, that unable to use the stairs to access that washroom. For example. We imagine that each, like the men's probably have 3 showers and about 2 or 3 urinals and stalls, and women's probably about 3 or 4 stalls and showers there also in their section.
okay, I don't, yes,
My name is Fred Sujiga. 18065 Harwood Avenue.
I swear,
And
man.
I swear the testimony I'm going to give. Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So, yeah,
Thank you, sir.
where this bill is planning on going into would be Susie's Hallmark old location. Okay, with the first floor, the main floor is just under 5,000 square feet. And there's a partial basement under it. And there are 2 sets of stairs. There's one set of stairs that you could enter from what is our back room. And there's an additional set of stairs that comes up. The doorways will face each other in the back of the store. But the second set of stairs comes up. And there's another door opening to the outside. And our back room door would open to the outside also. So there are 2 ways to get out, and plus the front, the main entrance. The building is fully sprinkled. And all the alarms that are required. And we operated out of that building for 24 years, maybe 23 years. And it's a very well built building.
Yes, that's good. I say that's very well maintained property.
There's a lot of soundproof in that building. Between the outside and the inside, and between all the individual spaces. That's all.
I had a question about parking, but I think, it's, I think I'll withdraw that because it looks like there's adequate parking. There are no, I mean, there's the public, there's obviously the spaces for that location, but then there's public parking
It's called parking directly.
directly across, right? And that public parking is available what hours? 24/7?
Yeah.
It is, okay. So if I come in for 5 o'clock training, there's not gonna be, right, okay.
Maybe get you up on the train and hit downtown.
It's not gonna get busy until 10 when the salon in the other building opens. Then it starts to get busy.
Right, right. That's, I don't have any questions for them.
Yeah, we anticipate peak hours between 4 and 8, so there'll be some traffic in the mornings, then it'll wane down, and then pick back up again throughout the day.
Right.
Typically, the peak hours are 4 to 8, after school and then after work out. We understand that upstairs there's residents, so kind of, so that's why we're capping it at 10 o'clock. They have their own separate entrance, so they don't even enter from the area where the storefronts are, where the businesses out there, from the rear or the side.
Member Brand? To you, sir.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
It's a very attractive application that you presented for a very attractive building.
It is an attractive building, thank you.
It seems like a good fit.
It's quite an investment, put it that way.
I just have a couple of questions. On the ground floor, the perimeter of the building, the only means of ingress and egress is the main door. Is there a rear door?
Yes, there is rear doors.
Okay.
Actually, two rear doors.
Two rear doors,
That's
okay.
correct.
Will you offer Tai Chi?
I'm hoping to talk to you.
The reason I ask is because the Park District eliminated it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that may be more attractive.
I'm trying to. We want it to be a well-rounded facility, to offer something for everybody, so.
Okay. My other two questions are for staff. I've lost my grip or something, so educate me. On page 41, it says Jonathan Kane parking, 3,000 square feet. You have one for 250 square feet. And as I read this salon, it's one for 200 on page 53 of the zoning code. Am I looking at something incorrect?
What page of the code are you on?
40.
53. This is 53 of 154 of the zoning code.
I'll check the zoning code.
Pardon me?
I'll check the zoning code now,
Okay.
see where that's from.
Is that referencing the number of people per parking or? I'm kind of-
Square footage per parking space.
Oh, okay,
It'll indicate how many of the available spaces the salon will be using up.
okay.
That is, he wants clarification on that. I'm presuming that's why you're asking.
Yes.
300 square. Should be 300, right?
Yep.
200,
Yep.
is that correct? And this is 250.
Right, it might just be a typo from looking at the one for 250 for the fitness.
Okay, now my
What's
second
your-
question in that regard, while we're looking at that place in the code is for the proposed QI fitness. It's 5,000 square feet for an indoor commercial place of assembly, and an indoor commercial place of assembly is one for 300. Not one for 250.
Right.
That's,
Are both of those incorrect, or they're correct, or what?
so. If you remember, and we had this conversation too, and we need to get you the updated zoning code, because we didn't have the pages either. When we considered that commercial place of assembly use at the Breast Drive, we changed the parking requirements for those to 1 per 250 or 1 per 4 fixed seats, whichever is greater. And that probably has not been updated in your paper code. We had the same thing when we were looking at this too, so we need to get you those new pages. Because that was updated recently online, but not in our, we haven't given you the paper code, and I think that's where the discrepancy with that is.
Could we have a distribution of information to the commission for that?
We will do
That
that,
would be for the QI fitness, correct?
that would be, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would,
Now,
And
going
then-
back to Jonathan Kane on the salon,
it is 1
Here.
per 200 for the.
It is
salon.
1 to 200, so I apologize for the error. And so if you calculate out the at 1 to 200, it should be 15 parking spaces for the salon. For the indoor commercial place of assembly, then at 1 to 300, that should be 17 spaces. And that would still be the same parking requirement overall for the building. It would still be 41 spaces required.
It would be 15, you're saying,
Yes.
instead of 12.
It would be 15 for the salon, correct? But then the place of assembly count has to be reduced for the requirement because that was calculated at 1 to 250 for that 20 spaces. So that needs to be reduced to 17.
That should be the 1 in 300.
Which is three.
Yep,
What, right, it's.
Plus which is three.
right.
Right.
So then you would have +3 for the salon, -3 for the place of assembly. The total number of parking spaces is correct. It would still be 41.
Okay.
Make sense? Make sense? Follow that? So we had wrong information on the paper
No,
copy
I understand that. I'm,
Wrong information in two places,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
and the materials, so
equals 0.
okay. As long as those points are.
it's a net wash is what I'm
Net.
saying.
Right, still.
Yes, the total number is correct. The
Right.
which uses are which is the were incorrect.
Yeah, still coming over for you.
I'm done.
Member Alfonso,
Thank you. Evening.
Good evening.
This studio area where you're gonna have, classes or training, some sort of martial arts training. How many people do you think would be accommodated in that area?
What was it, 15 to 20 people at that time?
And, the personal training area over here on the side. That's just for, you've worked with one, a client and do stretching or do something where you'd be working with them individually and.
Oh, I see it. Yes, that's there's an area on the south side of the wall there,
Right.
building there. That it would be, yeah, more like that, just personal training stuff. That
one-on-one.
like equipment, like
Kind of bands or something.
bands and
Like
ball,
a kettlebell
yeah.
or something.
right. Yeah, no heavy equipment on that area
Right.
there. Just the walkway, the entryway that leads straight to the stair level.
Right.
Is
you go
also right
back.
there, right, so I didn't want any equipment obstructing the walkway there.
Okay. One thought about the ADA washroom.
Mhm.
You can have a shower in there or a handheld shower or something?
No. Currently there isn't one in there,
You might think about that.
that's correct, yes.
Yeah, I know they have that at health club where I work out and I think that's would be a nice addition for.
I agree.
I had the same question because I was looking, the locker rooms and stuff were downstairs, and the
Right.
question was going to be, how would people with mobility issues be able to get down there? But that might solve the issue if you can wash up on the main floor.
Right, yeah, there's a washroom there, and there's it's kind of divided, the studio and the stair area and washroom, so there's room to put some lockers and.
And a big restroom there.
That would be bad.
Then you'll have towel service and things like that.
Correct, yes.
I had a gym like this in Chicago years ago. We did our own towels. Don't.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of laundry.
Well, I'm not gonna be doing the tiles.
I think the location is nice. I think, people getting off the train after work and come right over, work out. I think this would be ideal for that. Also, maybe before they go, to work out and then take a shower and get on the train. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it'll bring a lot of pedestrian traffic into the area.
Yeah.
With the restaurants and everything
Right.
right there, so.
well, I think that looks like that. And your mock-up of it looks great.
Oh, thank you.
So good luck. I hope that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
okay, my turn. I got one big concern, music. I've had personal experience with music from gyms that has disturbed neighboring businesses and other facilities. So my question is, number one, will there be music playing just in the main area? And number two, are you gonna do any classes where part of the class is featured music? Like, if, I don't even know if it's a thing anymore, but if you remember Zumba or whatever the heck it was called. Never did it, but.
It's not was.
Okay.
Very much so.
And that, it kind of has music that drives the activity. So is there gonna be anything like that where music's gonna be concerned?
Probably be some light music, but it won't be loud. And that, as Mr. Shazay was saying, it's very well insulated property. The ceiling up to the condo area is concrete.
Okay.
So it's
I was gonna ask, the building owner,
Ceiling is.
okay, so it's precast floor planks for the floor of the first residential then.
Yeah, the first floor,
So they're not gonna hear a thing.
no.
Well, we're not doing elevator music.
I think the ceiling before the ceiling tiles is around 9 feet. And then there's at least probably 3 feet between where the ceiling tile is and where the flex floor is,
Okay,
with the second floor.
okay.
So there's a lot of air space out.
And how about with the Jonathan Kane Salon, it's the dividing wall between the salon and the space?
Every unit in that building has got its own wall. There's, like, for instance, our space between us and the salon. We had our wall with drywall and insulation behind it. There was a separation. And then another wall built for the salon,
With another 1 hour fire rate.
so
Okay.
they weren't touching.
Okay,
We did the same thing upstairs.
Okay.
Between the apartments.
all right, that's good. Kind of alleviates my concern.
I work for the railroad, so I drive these loud trains to go by. And Fred was the one that brought it to my attention. He asked me, could I hear the trains go by while we were inside inspecting the property? So he explained to me how the building was built and everything. You can't hear a thing.
Must be
Once you're
nice.
inside, you can't hear anything outside.
I'm 3 houses off Dixie. I hear the trains like they're in my living room.
Yeah, it's me blowing.
So, all right. I don't have any other questions. Just one comment, just on a personal note. I'm also a lifetime practitioner of martial arts. I
Okay.
also started when I was 12. I'm a 5th degree black belt in Wado-Ki karate under Sensei Roger Jerome in Lansing.
Well,
And makes me a 3rd generation black belt under Sensei Shintani of Wataru system.
all right.
So I'm also an old timer.
You're right. He called me an old timer now. That's good.
So I'm glad to see any martial arts place of business coming to town. And just out of curiosity, not this has anything germane to the business or to the permit, when you do, you're gonna have a membership. So will the classes be just available to anybody with the membership, or are you gonna do individual contracts like old style martial arts schools used to do or still do really, but
You know, I had a few gyms, and like I said, and I've never been a big fan of the contracts for the, for the martial arts. I believe if you offer a good product, the people will come and they'll stay.
Yeah.
If you're relying on locking somebody into a legal binding contract to get their money, your business isn't gonna grow.
it's very, I think it's more of a deterrent than anything else.
Well, Bally's is the perfect example of that,
Yeah.
They were locking
Okay.
people into those contracts and eventually it killed their business, so.
I went through the findings of fact and the recommended approval. It looks like everything is accurate, no changes needed from my point of view, but since I'm pro tem, I can't make the motion, so any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You've seen the Tunnels to Towers advertisements on TV. And you mentioned that there will be a lot of first responders that may be your customers. And if those first responders were injured in any way, they may want to continue they may need to have to continue or to start a program of rehabilitation. And if they're already a member, so my question goes back to the discussion about showers. Is there consideration of a shower on the first floor? And I think there was a question about ADA accessibility. So is there any consideration in the future for having some shower facility for
I think-
those individuals on the first floor?
I think there's adequate space for, like I said, the studio area, if you look at the mock-up there, it's a wall separating it. Going to the stair rooms and then to the where the studio would be. So there's already plumbing in the washroom there. So there, you know, we're still in the earliest process of kind of figure everything out.
So there's a water chase all the way down.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's adequate space also for it. I mean, it's something we've been going back and forth over.
I don't have.
I just didn't wanna, but there's so much space downstairs, I didn't want to just let the space rot, not be utilized, so. It made sense to put the larger, locker room and washrooms and stuff downstairs, but. Luckily, there is a washroom upstairs, so we should be able to build off of that.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
Any final comments or questions from the board?
No.
Any final comments or questions from the audience? All right, this time, if anybody wants to make a motion and recommend approval.
Mr. Chairman, I'll recommend approval of case 25-42, a request for a special use permit to allow the operation of an indoor commercial place of assembly at 18065 Harwood Avenue, subject to the following conditions. Number one, hours of operation shall be restricted to 5 AM to 10 PM. Number two, the applicant shall provide a security plan indicating the location of security cameras and other security features to the police department for review at the time of the building permit is built, and incorporating the findings and facts into the record, of which there are 6.
I'll second that.
All right, motion made by member Alfonso, second by member O'Brien. Roll call, please.
Member Alfonso,
Yes.
member O'Brien,
Yes.
member Johnson,
Yes.
member Castaneda,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Bransky.
Yes.
all right, thank you.
Offer some meetings since,
Oh, we will.
yeah.
Definitely we will. My daughter's a big proponent of
Yeah.
women classes, so.
Welcome to Homewood.
Thank you, thank you.
Good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck, Sensei.
And, QI, you should probably know, actually.
Cheap.
There you go. Thank you.
Martial arts.
Oh, okay.
Short move.
Now, you guys know, you guys already knew what it was.
All right,
Thank you. We'll be in
uh,
touch with you about next step and us getting through for the
Okay.
board.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's okay, that's okay.
That's what about.
Yes.
Yes.
It's good. Say, if you are ever, the commission will never request finance, is there money to be forwarded, especially by wire transfer, that will be from staff by a check or another secure payment?
But we are going to send out, anyone who applies to us.
Okay.
We will have these guys here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had a
Phishing scam?
48 scam, like they were, they
Posing as
sent a
Fred.
message from Fred Sarzega,
Right.
planning and zoning chair, asking them to wire money
Mhm.
for the application fee
For
Yeah.
$4,800,
for $4,800.
and they were,
Big application.
they used information from the mailed notice in the packet to basically to AI, rip an AI, like it had all the facts of the case in it, because it would have used the legal notice and this to generate an AI scam.
Wow.
That-
Very dangerous.
We would not have ever
You
seen
should
it.
put a statement
We are
on an
working on that.
application that is warning of that,
Yep.
that you'll never see
And also.
this from this.
Yeah, every application, because this opens us up to anybody who applies online for anything.
Yep.
Because they can get that information and then create this.
Yep.
Never have known, never have known it if he hadn't copied us on the message back to Fred.
Yep.
So what do you guys know?
We'll
There's some
also be
people who don't even know
strengthening
the
our
information yet.
our redactions as well, just to be even more vigilant, just to be. Because that information is what's getting pulled to create email, so even an email address written, handwritten in a packet is enough now through AI to actually
That is so scary.
create
This-
a
It was.
I'm so glad you sent it to us and we could see. I had to read it 3 times.
I hate to tell you.
Well,
We haven't.
That's a
adjourned yet.
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not gonna,
There's no.
No.
way.
there's no way to get around it.
Let me
It's really gotten sophisticated.
finish out the meeting agenda.
Yeah, we,
Brings us to item number 6, old business. Anything to mention? Item 7, new business, anything to mention?
Oh, we do have something under old business. I think that the Washington Park, Plaza subdivision is, they are finalizing it and may come back to you soon.
Okay.
So we should expect to see that back.
In it, the Washington Park.
Yep, that would be in December, would be our next meeting, so, yep.
Okay. So that brings us to item number 8, motion to adjourn.
So move.
Do we want to mention?
Amen.
Village Board?
Yes.
All right, moved by member O'Brien and blessed by member Alfonso. Roll call. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
I guess.
All right.
All right, we did have one other thing to mention that the village board approved the other Solomon.
That's what I was gonna ask.
I
you.
saw the
They
Zoom, I
did?
watched the Zoom today.
That's
I
fine.
saw the-
Oh, yeah. We were overturned.
Overturned.
Wow, somebody got them.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal, but make a mental note of it.
Well, your point was well, I mean, it certainly impacted you, but your point was well made. What else